Hi, Alan Ross from Blitzkrieg here. In this video I'm going to show you a couple of guitar solos from the new album. I'm going to show you a lot of my collection, some of the guitars I play, pedals that I use, amps that I use, cabs, all that sort of thing, a full gear rundown, and we're going to have a little bit of a laugh while we're doing it. Stay tuned. Alright, so we'll start by having a look at some of the guitars that I brought down. This isn't the entire collection, this is just a select few that I really like out of the collection that I have. We've got ranging from DBZ, BC Rich, we've got some Schecters here, Epiphone, we've got a Fender there, we've got a couple of Ibanez. So let's have a look at them. Alright, so we'll start with this one here. It's a DBZ Bird of Prey. It's got EMGs in there. It's got a Floyd Rose. The EMGs are actually overpowered to 18 volts as opposed to the standard 9. And as we look through, you'll see different guitars here that are large shapes and awkward type of things. So I don't get to use them as much as I would possibly like to. So trying to get them onto a plane is an absolute nightmare. So I stick with things when I go away with the band, which are easier and better to manage. So things like the Schecter here and all that. So we'll work through and I'll show you as I go. The next one is a BC Rich Draco Ghost Flame limited edition. Again, fantastic design, but very, very awkward. It's got the Floyd Rose in. It's got the standard pickup that came with the guitar. It's all right. Probably needs replacing at some point. I'll probably do it. But it's a beautiful guitar. It's got a little bit of damage, you know, as guitars get. Next, we've got another BC Rich. This one's Junior V, and it's beautiful. This one, absolutely gorgeous to play. EMGs again, Floyd Rose through neck. A lot of my guitars are this way because I'm really not keen on bolt-on necks and all that sort of thing. Here we have the Schecter. This one is the Sinister Gates Special, and I use these ones a lot. If you've seen Blitzkrieg or seen me doing videos or anything like that, these are the ones that I tend to stick with a lot, because like I say, it looks different, but it's easy to manage. I can get it into a standard gig bag, take it on a flight, everything's fine. It's got ebony fretboard, through neck. This one has the Duncan Invaders in. It's got again the Floyd Rose bridge in there. All round, perfect, beautiful guitar. I love the Schecters. We need more of them. Okay, so we've got here a BC Rich Warlock NT, and this one has got EMGs in again, standard for me, with Floyd Rose. I need it. And it's got ebony fretboard. I'm not sure on the body. I'm not sure what that's actually made of. It's really quite heavy, but it's a really strong guitar. And as you'll notice with a lot of these guitars, they have something between the pickups. And it's usually something like one of my guitar plecks or something that I've found, or a trinket here or there. This one here, the Schecter, has a 5p piece from my date of birth. And this one has got one of my plecks on. The next guitar, Schecter, Hellraiser Flying V, again, EMGs, but these ones are different to those, to the rest of them. The rest of these ones are like 81, 85s. I think this one's a 80 something, 89 and something else. I'm not sure. But again, it's got my pickup. It's got the standard Floyd Rose in there again. I've changed the knobs on this one to like little skulls heads, so looks interesting. Working across, BC Rich Ironbird. This one is a limited edition as well, I was told. It's got like the interesting fret inlays there. It's got the rock pickups in there, same as the Draco. Standard Floyd Rose on there. Floyd Rose. Next, And EMG. I'm saying EMG all the time now. There's that many guitars. What I'll do from now on is I'll just tell you what the pickup is if it's not an EMG. So we've got this one here. This is an Epiphone Les Paul Custom Prophecy, and it's a beautiful guitar. This one is different though, as Les Pauls go. They're usually 22 frets. This one has 24. So it's fantastic, and it's really usable for a lot of the things that I do, because I get right up and use the 24th on quite a lot of the different things that I use. Next guitar, if you've seen Blitzkrieg, you'll have seen me with this one. This one is the one that I use a lot, and as you can see here, it's been all taken to bits. It's getting all done up again. So it basically had an accident here, unfortunately, down to flights and things like that. So I'm stripping it down. It's getting all cleaned up, and this one will be out on tour with me in November with Blitzkrieg. So this one, you'll notice, has different pickups. Now these, I actually have a sponsorship deal with these and an endorsement with them. These are Guitar Heads pickups. They put out a lot more range than the standard EMGs that I use. They're so powerful and they're so nice. Again, this is the standard guitar that I use with Blitzkrieg. It does have the original Floyd Rose in there. Sinister Gate Special again. Beautiful guitar. Just behind that, we have Schecter Super Strat. This one is a Hellraiser C1, sorry. And EMG is the same as the Flying V. These are 89 and 85, I think. Beautiful guitar, beautiful. I don't tend to use that one as much because it doesn't have a trem on, and I use the trem a lot. Next, this one. This one was actually gifted to me by the manager of the Alice Cooper band, and it's an Ibanez artist from the early 80s, and it's, my God, it is amazing. The pickups in it are so raw and raunchy, but the tone in them is beautiful. It's just so nice. It's got that nice aged look on it as well. Next, the Fender Strat. This one here. This is the guitar that I always promised myself. This one is the Blackmore Special, and it's got the Seymour Duncan pickups in there, full scallop fretboard, the full works. Absolutely beautiful guitar. I used this on the last Blitzkrieg album, Judge Not, for the track that I sing on, and that one's called Without You. Beautiful, clean, rich tones, and oh, absolutely gorgeous. Schecter, you've already met one of them. I've got two of these, one in standard tuning over there. This one is actually in E flat, so I can work on different Blitzkrieg stuff, because some of the albums were in E flat, whereas we went back to standard tuning at the moment. Next, this is the guitar that I used to use on all of the tours and everything beforehand, and I'll just bring that around so you can see it. This one is what I call the biscuit. It's because it's so thin. It's like a bloody biscuit. And it's got the EMGs that I fitted personally. The 0-point locking system on it. It is absolutely beautiful, this guitar. So usable with easy adjust trem. And I used to use this a lot with Blitzkrieg. But then I discovered the Schecters and I really stick with them. Absolutely gorgeous. Finally, another Schecter. This again is a Hellraiser C1, and it's got the flame cherry finish on it with the black hardware. EMGs, Floyd Rose, so I can use this one a lot more with Blitzkrieg. Through neck on that one as well. I think there's only the Ibanez, the Strat, and the Ironbird that actually are bolt on here. All the rest of them are through necks. Okay, so we're going to look at the pedal board now, and what I use on this is an amplifier mounted to the pedal board, and I also use a GT10 through the amplifier, and I use this with Blitzkrieg. I also use it with the Alice Cooper band. Lisa uses it in Main Attraction, so we're going to have a look at that now. Alright, so channel 1, the rhythm patch, this is what it sounds like. That's the rhythm. Okay, so channel 2, that's the chorus and delay patch. It also features an auto wah that I use for different solos, and I use it in the Cooper band for the start of Dead Babies, $1 Billion Babies. And we're going to have a listen through that. I also use this patch for any clean sounds that I need as well, so we'll have a listen to that as well. So this is the sound of that, so it's got a nice little roll-off delay there. And the clean version, so I'll flick it up onto the neck pickup, and you get something like this. Alright, patch number 3. This is just the straightforward flange sound that I use. Don't mix any other sort of effects into it. It's mad enough as it is. So, give you a couple of different examples what I would use that for. I use it on the start of Go to Hell, so also use it in Armageddon for the where it drops down bit in Okay, so let's have a look at the octavator now. This drops down a full octave. It's not set to a higher octave, it's the one below. And we'll listen to an example of that now. I use this one on Falling into Darkness in the new Blitzkrieg album, and other things and all that sort of stuff. This is what it sounds like. As you can hear, it just gives it a lot more balls. Alright, so what I've got here is the first 2 amps of the 4 that I own. Now, these 2 are both Bagheera, an inexpensive amp compared to a lot of ones on the market. And a lot of people turn their noses up at them because they're Bagheera and they're not Mesa Boogie or they're not PV. In my experience, I've used a lot of these different amps, and I love the sound of these ones. This one here, this one's the 333XL. It's an Infinium, so it's central bias in itself. You don't have to mess around paying someone loads and loads of money. If one of the valves goes, you can do it yourself. You can also swap a couple of different valves around to get a different style, a different actual sound. And it does it all itself. It's got your high gain, your low gains, 3-channel amplifier. What more could you want? Absolutely amazing. Underneath, this one's the Tri-Rec. It puts out 100 watts. Again, it's got the Infinium technology, so central bias and all that sort of thing. It's this one actually has diodes as well as valves, so it's a hybrid amp, and it puts out a lot of top-end distortion, like what you would expect if you plugged a normal sort of distortion pedal into this one puts out by itself. And that's the two big eras. They are stand-up amps, and I can't recommend them enough for people who like valve amps. Alright, on this side we have the Marshall Mode 4 300 watt hybrid amp. It only has one valve in. It's a micro valve that's on the power circuit. Now this puts out a lot, and it sounds absolutely amazing. 4-channel amp. As you can see here, I've got the cabs that match it. A lot of people again turned their noses up at this amp because it wasn't a valve amp. It's a transistor one. It's absolutely amazing. I absolutely love this amp. It sounds so raunchy. Above that, this is the one that I'm actually using a lot at the moment. Now this one's the one that was on the pedal board, and it's that small. I can take it away with me with the band, put it in the flight case, and I'm away. It has a nano valve right here, so it actually has the tones of a valve amp, as you heard before. Absolutely incredible. It's got your full 16 ohms and 8 ohms out. You can plug it straight to a MIDI pedal as a remote control. It's got a recording out, so if you're playing a gig and they want it straight to the desk, they've got a line out here. It's got the full effects loop. It's everything that you want, and it's only this big, and it doesn't kill your back carrying it like it does with these ones. I think it weighs about something like half a kilogram or something stupid like that. But puts out 100 watts of power, and I'm using that alongside the GT10, and that's what I've been using for the last tour, and I will be using again in the tour in November. Absolutely amazing. Check them out. Thomas Blug's done an awesome job with this.